The 2023 cohort was the last to sit the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education examinations as the government phases out the 844 curriculum whilst implementing the Competency Based Curriculum, commonly known as KBC education system. Since 1985, a total of 26,067,181 candidates, including me, have sat the KCPE examination. Regina Manyara is on the other side of the studio with a summary of the KCPE 39-year lifespan.
Good evening to you, Cynthia, and very well said. Now, towards the end of 1984, the government in question decided to change the current education system, CPE, that is a 7-4-2-3 education system, to introduce 844. The government decided to introduce the 844 system to answer to the labor market demands and also individual need for development. Now, the 844 system started in 1985. This is what it consisted of. From the 7-4-2-3 education system, CPE, that was introduced in 1967, in 1985, 844 system came into implementation. 8 years of primary school, 4 years in secondary school, and at least a minimum of 4 years in pursuit of, education in the university level. Since the introduction of the 844 system, it has been said it has been a game changer in the education system. However, under the same breath, the system has also been a subject of national debate, attracting criticism for being broad, expensive, and burdensome to pupils as well as parents. We'll get to that. Now, when it comes to matters of gender parity, in 1985, when we first started off with the system, this is how the numbers looked like. There were more boys than girls in school. The percentage at 59.2% against the female representation of 40.8%. The first student to have sat for their KCPE examination in 1985, supposing at the age of 14, would currently be 53 years old. Now, in all that time that Kenya has been operating under the 844 system in as far as education is concerned, there have been 39 cohorts examined and 2 major reviews in awarding the criteria. We're talking about primary school as well as secondary school, KCPE and KCSE. In all that duration, KCPE has been offered to 26 million candidates in the last 39 years. And between 2005 and 2008, KCPE was offered to South Sudan citizens. And currently, as we speak, when it comes to matters of gender parity between 2013 and 2022, the country achieved a near equal gender parity for male and female candidates. Fast forward to 2023 to the just released results by Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Mashogu. Gender parity slightly shifted in favor of males at 51.3% against their female counterparts at 48.7%. Through the 844 system, in the past we used to have ranking via school, the best performed school, and even have the list of the best performing students. The top student this year scored 428 marks, but in 2014, a ban on ranking of schools in national examinations was imposed. Now, that ban followed various reports by task force and parliamentary committees. One stands out, the David Koech-led task force that looked at the cause of strikes in schools, also recommended the abolition of school ranking. Now, key among the reasons advanced was that it led to cheating in the national examinations and created an unhealthy competition, especially among private and public schools. While the proponents have also argued the ranking encouraged healthy competition among students and schools. So, in his announcements. That's why we did not have that featured during the announcements early today. That puts a cap on the history of the 844 system at a time when government is phasing out 844 system, this being the last cohort to sit for the Kenya Certificate of Primary School Education as government implements the CBC. Now back to you, Cynthia.